AUREUS Alliance, own your legacy. Have you ever dreamt of being part of something truly powerful, of owning more than just a share, but a stake in a company built on purpose, profit, and legacy? With AUREUS Alliance Holdings, that dream is now within reach. This isn't just one venture. It's an exclusive opportunity to become a shareholder in a legitimate South African company that's scaling across industries, starting with sustainable gold mining. The near future company growth plan includes, but not limited to, property development, technology, and sustainable high growth ventures. For just $5 internationally or 100 Rand in South Africa, you can secure your first share in the historic launch phase. Every share matters. Every shareholder grows with us. As AUREUS grows, so does your dividends. We're not here for reckless mining. We're here for innovation, using eco-friendly wash plant technology that protects the land while producing real results. It's wealth creation with impact, generational, transparent, trustworthy, and you'll never be left behind. Weekly Zoom updates keep every shareholder informed on process, performance, and dividends. This is your chance, your stake, your legacy. AUREUS Alliance Holdings, true wealth, real impact. Your realization and journey finally has the opportunity to start here now.
Right, so welcome everybody to tonight's presentation. We're going to make this a quick presentation. So this is not like the general one that we have on during the week. So AUREUS Alliance Holdings, where we're building gold-backed impact ventures to give back to the community, where real gold equals real profits. So firstly, what is AUREUS Alliance Holdings? AUREUS Alliance Holdings is a company that's registered here in South Africa. And what we are offering is share certificates in AUREUS Alliance Holdings. So these are CIPC registered certificates. Each of these certificates are worth $1,000, and they've been set up in the memorandum of incorporation. Sorry. Now, this is regardless of the price that the people are going to be purchasing the shares for. So the company also operates under company law, not financial regulation. No FSCA or FSB license required, and we are not a broker or a financial advisor. Shareholders gain full legal ownership, forming a transparent gold-backed economy built on trust. And we comply with the Companies Act prospectus rules, guided by a legal team led by a finance and securities law expert. So your ownership is recognized, protected, and legally compliant, not just for today, but for generations. So you are not becoming a shareholder in the gold mine or in the platinum mine or in the diamond mine or whatever business that we are going to be going into in the coming years. You are a shareholder in the company, which means that any company that is generating profits, you are going to be sharing those profits, and every single shareholder, it's divided equally. So what makes us different? Firstly, we want to set up 2 friendly gold wash plants by January 2026. And yes, I said friendly, eco-friendly gold wash plants. What does that mean? We are not a strip mine. We are not going open cast yet. We will do it in the future, but we want to rehabilitate the land once we have taken out the first 8 meters of the soil. So this is called the alluvial layer. Right. And we're using wash plant technology, which means we are not using any heavy machinery, and this won't cost millions of dollars to be able to set this up. There is a total of 1.4 million shares available. And once these 1.4 million shares is sold, then it's going over to an NFT marketplace that is custom developed by my company Sun, the Smart United Network, which is also registered here in South Africa. And then these shares will go for a minimum value of $1,000. So they will never go below that. And this is very important. So when we set it up, every single share, it is locked in at $1,000. So that's the starting value. What this means is that an NFT is a rare collectible item. There's also going to be African artwork that's going to be on the back of the NFTs. If you know anything about NFTs, as a non-fungible token, it is listed on the blockchain. It can never be changed. It can never be deleted. It's transferable between users. It's easy to transfer, and it's cheap and affordable because of the blockchain transaction fees. Now, you are not paying $1,000 per share, right? Even though the share is worth $1,000, you're not paying $1,000. We are offering it in a pre-sale for $5 for the first 200,000 shares. And then afterwards, it goes up from $10 to $1,000 over additional 19 phases. Now, I already said by January, we want to set up 2 wash plants. That is going to be generating anything between $10 to $40 for the first dividend payout, which is in April 2026. This is not a MLM. This is not a business where you're going to getting daily returns, monthly returns, anything like that. This is based on the actual gold or resources that we're taking out of the ground. And why we're saying resources is you get different minerals that we are going to be taking out. We know that there's alluvial gold and platinum. On the gold, there's on the 250 hectares ground that we've got, there is a minimum of 2.1 tons of gold in the first 60 centimeters alluvial layer over 250 hectares. And like I said, we can go up to 8 meters deep. So by June, we want to have about 10 wash plants up and running, and this will be generating 3.5 tons of gold for the year. All right, that will generate about a dividend of $145 per share per year. Okay, and this is based on the gold price, which is $107,000 per kilogram. But if you look at the actual gold price, the gold price is sitting at $130,000. We have got an offtake agreement in Zimbabwe and Kadoma. So with the government. So we are not selling the gold outside of the country. You will never get any gold either, except if you buy it directly from the country. You are getting dividends on the profits. All right. But we are selling it to Fidelity and to other refineries, and we sell it at a 5% less value. So that is how the refinery actually makes the money, and that is how they allow us to be able to mine in Zimbabwe. Now, we are not stopping by 250 hectares. We want to expand over to 6,000 plus hectares in the next 5 to 10 years. Might take a bit longer. It depends on various aspects. And also, we're going to be doing prospecting. But the current piece of land that we have, which is 250 hectares, so this 6,000 hectares will be generating on average about 100 tons. And like I said, this is between 5 to 10 years. On 100 tons, you're looking at a dividend of about $4,000 per share. We are not just about mining. We also want to relocate everybody that is on the land. So as we get to that area, if there's people there, we're going to be relocating them to the smart villages. So that is villages that's developed by my company, which is a ecosystem village. It has clean energy, clean water. It will have medical facility and also schools nearby. In Zimbabwe, especially in Kadoma area, the kids walk quite far to get to school, between 7 to 15 kilometers. And when we saw this, we said, you know what, we really need to make a change to do this. In Sun's white paper, it stipulates that we wanted to start these things, self-sustainability villages in 2022. We published it and said that we want to be creating it, and we've looked for ways to do it, and we found our way with AUREUS. Okay, so we are a proof of work company. What this means is that we've actually been there multiple times. We've gone to the land multiple times. You can see there I am. This is the owner, Mr. Donovan James, who's a close personal friend of mine as well. So I've known him for since 2019, and he's the owner of the land and of the rights and everything. This gentleman here, he is Wayne Williams. He is the owner of one of the biggest engineering company called Yagden Engineering. He's got multiple branches in Africa, and he's going to be creating us all of these wash plants that we want to set up. The benefits of that is that if any breakdowns happens, then they can actually come out and sort it out. So we'll have minimal downtime. This gentleman here is also very, very important. He is part of government, and it's vitally important that you are connected in the government so that you've got the rights. Right, because you can't buy the land, you get a 100-year lease, or you go into partnership and agreements, which we have done with a company in Zimbabwe. So you can see here we did some testing. This piece of rock can actually be crushed, and you'll find traces of gold in it. These two gentlemen, they're gold experts from actually from India, but they got 5 gold mines in Zambia. So they came through as a personal favor for Donovan to come and look at the land, and also something very specific, which is the grass that is green. Okay, so the greener the grass, the more iron is in the soil, the more iron content is in the soil, the more gold is found in the soil. So they came and verified that this is a good venture, that it is the right piece of land to buy, that everything is good. These two photos here, they are not part of Kadoma. They are from another area away from Kadoma, but we added these photos so people can see how they're actually doing the mining. So they are called artisanal miners. He's got a little wash trough there, digs a tunnel, goes underneath it, and then gets out the fine traces of gold basically by washing the sand and stuff that they're getting there. But this is also very dangerous, as you can imagine. We're talking about wash plants, so one of the vital things is water. So we did a lot of water testing. As you can see, even in the dry riverbed, we have got water. We have got plenty of water in the dam as well. And then afterwards, we traveled all over Zimbabwe to go and speak to various people, church organizations, we went to universities. We went to lunches and suppers as well, where we spoke to dignitaries and so forth to introduce the concept and it gets approval from the community, if I can put it like that. So there's a total of 1.4 million shares, as I've said. The first 200,000 is sold at $5, and then afterwards from $10 to $1,000. In South Africa, we are accepting South African rands for the first 4 phases. All international and South Africans, you can purchase it as well. All phases by USDT on the Polygon, Ethereum, Tron, and BNB network. Now, the phases of fortune. Our pre-sale phase, we got 200,000 shares at $5. This will ignite our dream, launch AUREUS, and feed 2,000 children as our first steps are set in motion. So when we're talking about feeding children, setting up schools and everything, it is required for any operation to do a CSR, corporate social responsibility. So that's basically how we're going to be doing it. And we don't just want to open one little thing, we actually want to help the communities in Africa. So phase one is 150,000 shares at $10. This will get our first wash plant up and running. Okay, and then phase two, sitting 125,000 shares at $15. We'll get our second wash plant up and running, and this is our target. Okay, we're not targeting now to sell out all of our shares. We want to sell out the pre-sale and phase one so that we can get our wash plant up and running on the land, because then everybody can see that this is real, and we also can guarantee the dividends payout in April 2026. Phase three is 100,000 shares at $20. Phase 4 is 75,000 shares and $25. Phase 5 is 50,000 shares at $30. And now the phases are staying the same amount of shares. So, but the price increases. So it's 50,000 shares up until phase 19. The price increases to $35 on phase 6. Phase 7 is $40. Phase 8 is $45. Phase 9 is $50. Then it's got a $50 jump to phase 10, which is now $100. Phase 11 is $200. Phase 12 is $300. Phase 13 is $1,400. Phase 14 is $500. Phase 15 is $600. Phase 16 is $700. Phase 17 is $800, and phase 18 is $900. And then finally, phase 19 is all $1,000. Okay, so we estimate that we're going to be selling out all 19 phases, or actually all 20 phases, by end of 2026. Hopefully by June 2026, we'll have them all sold out. But we estimate that it will all be sold out by the end of 2026. Right, that's the end of the presentation.